I hate to be a broken record. I really hate to be a broken record, but do you
Okay.
know it's already October? We only have 3 months left, dude.
Yeah, and when summer was over and it became fall like
Yeah, yeah,
immediately.
yes,
So
yeah.
yeah, and the old what was that Ivan or was it Ian
Ian,
or
it's Ian. Yeah,
Ian? Yeah, so that created
a
some
little
real
bit of havoc.
challenges for a lot of folks. But hey, got a lot of good stuff we're going to cover today. Let's get to it. Randy Wooden with Goodwill Industries, Northwest North Carolina, director for our professional center. As you might expect, we help professionals with a job search, and our services are free. So find me on LinkedIn, reach out. I have clients across the country, but certainly we're happy to help. We just got to get you on the calendar. And so I'll leave it up to you to take that first step.
Yeah.
Teddy, let's throw it to you. We'll get started. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and our new plan for these Monday shows is I
Yep.
don't know anything about your research. You and I,
Right.
you and I have not talked about it. You're going to drop it on me like you drop it on everybody else. So, hey,
Mm-hmm.
for those who've never met me, I'm Teddy Burriss. It says right there on the screen. I work for a company called Burriss Consulting. It would be
Yep.
my wife. I sleep with her, and we teach people how to use LinkedIn as a business tool. Teach people how to use Google Workplace as business tools. But a couple times a week, Randy and I get together. We see
Mm-hmm.
each other every week. We see each other twice a week,
Yep.
and we talk on the phone 2 or 3 times. And you're what, less than 5 miles down the road from me.
And your boss is probably wondering what's going on between those
Yeah,
two guys.
yeah,
So.
yeah. But we get together and we share some ideas, some
We do, yeah.
insights on our Monday show. Introduce our special guest for our Wednesday show. We'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But before we get started, part of Randy's job is to go do some research. What do you do, buddy?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to cover, and that, like I said, that hurricane was really really something, and as it moves, through the country, kind of dwindles, but it sure has impacted many, 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 many people.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start right off. We have births. Everybody loves F Troop. Remember F Troop? If you're
Oh
old
my
enough to
golly,
remember
I
that
forgot
show,
about
yeah.
F Troop.
Ken Berry was born in this state, 1933. 1941 was the birth year for Ernest Evans. Who's that?
Ernest Evans. Wait a minute, wait, that's Roy Evans' brother.
Nope, but I actually introed him at a concert in Marietta, Ohio. It was Chubby Checker.
Ah,
Chubby Checker, the twist. Remember Chubby Checker? He rode in on a convertible on the back seat, sitting up like on the trunk part.
yep.
Rode in on a convertible, and all the fans of that era that really enjoyed his work. So that's one of the first shows I ever emceed. Was Chubby. Also, a few other folks. Alfred Charles, born in 1954, better known as Al Sharpton, civil
Ah,
rights leader.
yeah.
And deaths. And this guy, I've heard this name before, and I'm not sure exactly how old I was, but I think that he might be a distant, seriously, might be somehow related. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The Plymouth colony leader named Miles Standish died on this date in 1656. He was part of that Plymouth Rock, the whole Plymouth
Yeah.
plantation stuff. But
Yep.
what's interesting? He died of something called strangury. It's
What is
hard
that?
G.
Strangury?
Strangury. Strangury. He died of that. So I had
Is
to
that a
look it up.
different way of saying strangled by your girlfriend?
I kind of wondered if it's something got strangled, and it may have. It has to do with the bladder, and where it's an infection or some kind of. Anyway, he died of it. So I mean, that had to
Well,
be a
let's
hard.
move on. I'm not interested in
That's
that.
a hard. That's a hard life back for those dudes. All right, 1867. This guy named Elias Howe was an inventor, and he invented something.
Elias.
Elias Howe, and it doesn't bear his name.
It doesn't embarrass.
Nah, so you wouldn't get it. The sewing machine. I would have thought Singer
Wait
invented.
a
Remember the
minute.
Singer?
Was there not a House sewing machine?
It might have been,
Yeah.
but it went by the wayside. Also died on this date in 2004. Actress Janetta Morrison, better known as Janet Leigh,
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah. You mean she was in the movie
She
Psycho?
was
She
in the
wasn't
movie
a
Psycho.
psycho.
Yeah, she was in the movie. All right, so move
Clarity,
on to
Randy.
events.
We'll get in trouble with that.
Psycho. All right. On this date, 1789, the first time that Thanksgiving was nationally recognized. So, as the date being November 26th. All right, here's a trivia question for you. The year was 1913. The U.S. federal income tax was signed into law by President Woodrow Wilson. Yeah. Any idea what the tax rate was? 1913?
1%.
You knew that. Teddy, were you around? Were you paying
taxes? Had to start somewhere, you know? Was he a Republican or a Democrat?
Doesn't matter, man. But it all started back in 1913. The first video recording on magnetic tape, 1952, California, and a couple of shows debuted in 1960. The Andy Griffith Show, a favorite of many, especially around this part of the state, country. And on 1961, Dick Van Dyke Show premiered. Again, a big, and he's still alive.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, he's like in his mid-90s now.
Okay, well, I hope he is.
Yeah. He's probably still watching his reruns going, I remember that guy years ago.
I didn't make any money on that show.
1974, I remembered this, and I was only years old, but the Watergate criminal trial began. And I remember everybody was glued to their TV set, if they weren't working. And I think it was in the summertime. Or whatever that I watched a good bit of it. But anyway, so that was going on.
Rumor has it there's reruns coming out.
Or maybe it was in the afternoons. I'd get home from school. But OJ was found not guilty in 1995. And I know I'll go there. Yeah. And he's still looking. He's still looking for the killer. But 1995, can you believe it, Teddy? That was 27 years ago.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yep. Quick story for you. My birthday was September 27th.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, right? And so I spoke to my son, Matt, who's down in Tampa, and wondering about, hey, what's the latest and greatest on the storm and preparations and all. And so he says, so Dad, what are you doing for your birthday? And I said, well, I'm going to maybe run some errands and whatever. He goes, hey, you need to be at your place. You need to stay home. So at first I'm thinking he's giving me fatherly advice, not to go out and get in trouble
again.
And my first thought is, well, first of all, why? But then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I have to sign for a package. Maybe I got a tie and a pair of socks, a tie and a pair of socks and some underwear. And he goes, no. He says, you got to stay home. So I did. I stayed home and had my doors open. It was nice. The weather was beautiful. Next thing I know, about 4:00 in the afternoon, there's somebody at the door. Yeah. And they were kind of yelling because the door was open, like, hey, I'm here. So I went there, and here's a lady with a case of beer in one hand and another had a bag of Doritos and a big box of Slim Jims.
Now, you don't need to tell us the rest of the story if you don't want to, Randy.
No, I'll leave it at that. But I had never thought it was one of the, a DoorDash or a Grubhub or any of that kind of. Given my age, I never assumed that.
Yeah.
And so then I called Matt and I said, hey, I guess I know now why I had to be home. And he goes, yeah. He said, if you're not home, I guess they just leave it there or whatever. But he said, you've got everything you need, materially. But he said, we used to eat those things by the pound. And he said, I thought you'd enjoy it. So, but to have that show up at your door, for me, that was a first.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Do you have any left?
A few. But yeah. Those are good.
And those are good birthday memories. Some wild stuff happening. Slim Jims,
something different.
Doritos, a beer delivered by some woman. So here's my story, man. I think I'm getting paranoid in my old age, Randy.
You too?
I think I am. I'm not sure, man.
Okay.
Here's what I've got going on. I got a Ring doorbell a year ago. So now I know when people are at my front door and I can see who they are and I can talk to them if I don't want to go see them,
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, then one of my kids gave me these Bing cameras. So now I have a camera on my garage that looks down and sees people come to my garage. And I have a camera in my backyard, really just to watch the wildlife back there.
You say a Ring and a Bing?
A Ring? Yeah.
You got Ring?
Ring and Blink, B-L-I-N-K, Blink camera.
Oh, okay, Ring and Blink. Okay.
I'm not recommending any of them. This is not an endorsement of the products, it's just the name of the products that we have.
Okay.
But here's the newest thing I got, Randy, and I really think I'm getting paranoid. I needed a new garage door opener because one of the two garage door openers, in my palatial estates that we have here at Cafe Patio broke. So I went and bought a new garage door opener. I got one of these new fangled ones that now I have an app on my phone that not only can I open and close my garage door from my phone from anywhere in the world, but I also know when my garage door is opening and closing when people are coming in my house. Wow. Randy, I think I'm getting paranoid, buddy.
Get off my lawn. You went out in your front grass so you can shoo the kids away when they got Raising Cane outside. So
it's fun technology.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody needs to have it, but it is fun technology. But let's see if I get any more. Let's see what the next piece of technology I have on my house. So
how about that?
All right, so show 130, man.
130, wow.
Show 130. Kelly Sain, who spent many years in an executive 500 role for a bank in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is going to join the show. He's going to talk about his transition from an executive in a Fortune 500 business to starting a small business.
Okay.
So it's going to be a fun show. Kelly's a good guy. His business is a really cool business. Wednesday, 11:55 a.m. Come on back, everybody, and join us. It's going to be a pretty cool show with Kelly Sain.
So. Yeah. Hey, I got a quick story, or rather tip for you, and I'll throw it back to you to give us a tip and take us on out of here. But the tip is walk the talk. I've caught myself three times in the last several weeks as I coach our job-seeking clients saying things like, well, you should do it, but I haven't done it, or I'm not doing it now. So do as I say, not as I do. And after I say that, I think to myself, what if I'm the guy on the receiving end of that? Yeah. And I hear somebody who's supposed to be looking out for my best interest telling me, go do something, but I'm not doing it. Yeah. And so while I get it that I'm not an active job hunter, so there are a lot of things that I might talk about that probably don't pertain to me. Just the fact that when I hear myself say that, to me, I think it lowers the credibility factor a bit. So be aware of that if you're out trying to talk to people about whatever topic. Catch yourself when you hear yourself saying, yeah, I don't do it, but you need to do it. Then maybe you need to think, maybe you should do it too.
Yeah. You know? Set an example, man.
Set the example.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good stuff. I'm with you. Set an example. Don't diminish your brand by talking about something that you won't do. So, all right, here's my tip, dude. Everybody needs to have a word of the year. My word of the year for 2022 is
no.
No, that's right. It's my word of the year. And I'm all about helping where I can help people. I think it's important to do that. But my word of the year is no. I need to be purposeful about using it when I should use it. And recently, two examples happened for me. One is I didn't say no when I should have said no. And now I'm doing something that I wish I hadn't agreed to do. But now I have to do it. I have to do what I say I want to do. Yeah. And then also recently, someone asked me to do something that I knew that if I did it, it would get in the way of me being successful. And I said it. And the other person said, thank you for being sincere. Instead of saying yes when maybe it wouldn't have worked out right. And that person was appreciative that I was honest to say no at the right time. Have a word of the year and stick to it. And walk the talk. And don't just say it. That's what my buddy Randy said.
Any ideas on what your word for 2023 might be?
It might be hell no.
Get off my lawn. I guess
it might be get off my lawn. So.
Get off my lawn.
I don't know, man. I start thinking about it soon. So, hey, man, good seeing you. I will see you Wednesday with Kelly Sain on our show at 11:55 a.m. You all take care. See you later.
All right. See you, Teddy.